Welcome to the Glenn Beck program. Last hour we had Carol Roth on, and I was a little surprised, Pat, I don't know about you, when she agreed with me that digital currency is coming, and it means the end of freedom for mankind. I mean,
that's frightening.
That's terrifying. Mm-hmm. And, the only thing, this in 100 years from now, historians are going to look back and see the systematic dismantling and destruction of this country and our rights as citizens, and they will look at it in horror and also in awe. I mean, it is so well done that and executed. It's remarkable. And the one thing that make no mistake, they are coming for your guns. I think it's just going to be the last thing. They need a huge crisis and everything else to go along with it. But they have the ways to do it if you don't strengthen your state. Florida, the legislature there, just moved a step closer to passing constitutional open carry, which I don't know why we didn't call it constitutional carry forever. That just means
it's a brilliant way to say it.
It's like, no, I'm pro-choice. It's that brilliant.
Yeah.
Luis Valdez is with us now. He is from Gun Owners of America, the Florida State Director of Gun Owners of America. Hi, Luis. How are you?
Doing very good, and I just want to say, long-time listener, going all the way back to when you even did the pitchfork.
Oh, my gosh. That was... Boy, do we need the pitchforks and the torches now, huh?
Yeah, I was part of the group that sent you the pitchfork with the tactical weapons light attached to it.
Oh my gosh.
It's going way back.
Can I tell you something? I got in so much trouble at CNN because I said, you sent us pitchforks, and so many came into the mail, and CNN was out of their mind. You have people sending you pitchforks? Yeah, just a reminder to the politicians. You have to stop that right now. It was a badge of honor to get in trouble there. Anyway, Luis, the constitutional open carry, it's the ones who are standing in the way seem to be the Republicans.
It's very much that. Florida has been under Republican supermajority control now for the last 2 decades. And the horrible part is it's been Republicans that have been blocking pro-gun legislation, solid, real pro-gun legislation for over a decade now. You've had various committee chairs and speakers and Senate presidents just refuse to move forward bills like campus carry, open carry, constitutional carry, the repeal of gun-free zones, the passage of Second Amendment protection acts, and instead they either just kill it or they give us watered down bills, and that's currently what's going on here with the Florida legislature right now. The governor pledged that he would enact constitutional carry before he leaves office, whether that means he runs for the White House in 2024 or his second term is up.
Yeah.
But he made that pledge to Floridians. And the current Senate president, Kathleen Passidomo, has basically said she refuses to move forward on a real constitutional carry bill. She will only allow a permitless concealed carry only bill, which, while a step in the right direction, is a very small step. It's not the large leap we've been promised.
What is the difference between constitutional open carry and what she's saying, a permitless open carry?
It's not even open carry. Florida, this bill will only allow you to conceal carry a firearm. And just to put things into perspective, 47 states have open carry on the books in one form or another. Only Florida, New York, and Illinois outright ban it. California is ambiguous. They let their counties determine whether or not you could open carry. But just put that into perspective. 47 states have open carry legalized on the books. Florida, the only Republican state, has it outright banned.
So what is her problem?
Her problem is very simple. The Florida sheriffs are against it. The Florida Sheriffs Association has historically been anti-gun, going all the way back to 1987 when Florida became shell issue with concealed carry permits. They were against that. All throughout the 2010s, they were against any bill that would either advance campus carry or open carry or permitless carry.
Usually the sheriffs are our last line of defense for the Constitution. It's odd that they would be against, the Bill of Rights.
Well, in Florida, these are Republican sheriffs that are against the Second Amendment rights. The Democrats have no power in Florida. This is all Republicans.
See, I tell you, we have this problem in Texas. People just think they're safe. He got an R after his name, so I'm safe. And in states where you have supermajorities like that, people don't run as Democrats. And you get progressive Republicans who really are Democrats, or they're just such slimy Republicans. And they get in because they have an R and everybody thinks they're safe. And the reddest of red areas are the ones in the most danger.
Very, very much so. And just to really give you a shocker, the bill sponsors for both the House and the Senate, they don't even know what's their own bills. The bill sponsor, Representative Chuck Brannon, this past weekend, you had some political activists. They were distributing flyers through his neighborhood, and they stopped by his house. And Brannon literally told them, "I don't know what constitutional carry is. Just take the win." He was berating the person that was handing out the flyers. And look, personally, I don't agree with going to politicians' houses and their neighborhoods. But look, there was nothing criminally wrong. There was nothing wrong. They were distributing flyers in a neighborhood. And again, he's the bill sponsor for the House, and he was caught on film literally saying, "I don't know. I don't even know constitutional carry."
My gosh!
The person that was passing out said, "Look, we want a real Second Amendment bill. We want open carry. We want this. We want that." And he just said, "Maybe I'll just pull the bill. How about that? You could always vote for Democrats." And on the Senate side, during debate, a couple of Democrat senators asked Senator Jay Collins questions about the bill. And one such question was, "Okay, well, what about gun-free zones? Is that still going to be upheld?" And he was like, "Well, yeah, basically." And she says, "Oh, so the state capitol, that could still be a gun-free zone?" And he said, "Yes. Mind you, the state capitol under Florida law is not a gun-free zone." Another question that was asked of him was, "Well, what about securing firearms in the vehicle?" And he's like, "Well, you have to keep it in a safe in your car." Again, that's not part of state law.
These guys, man, I got to tell you that it is shameful that people go to work in our state houses and especially in Congress and the Senate, and they literally are clueless about many, many things. Most of them revolve around the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. I've only got a couple of minutes left, and I want to ask you about the ATF pistol brace rule. There are 40 million of these firearms, and anyone who has one I think we're probably 60 or 80 days away now from being a felon if you have one. What's the latest on that? Do you know?
Well, the latest on that is we've teamed up with your Attorney General,
Ken Paxton,
out of Texas to file a lawsuit against the overreach from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. What the Biden administration doing is arbitrary, is capricious, and is a direct violation of millions of American civil liberties. This is draconian and despotic in basically bypassing Congress, bypassing the Bruin decision, bypassing previous Supreme Court decisions that reinforce and enumerate the Second Amendment as an inalienable right belonging to all the people. And basically the Biden administration is saying, "I don't care. I'm going to try to do what I want to do. And if Congress won't even work with me, fine. I'll do it with the stroke of a pen as if I was a dictator."
It's crazy.
But we're here fighting it, and we will prevail.
Okay. Last thing, how can people help if you're in Florida? What do you need to do to get this thing voted on for the constitutional carry?
Well, the best thing that they could do is they could call the governor, they could call the Senate president, and they could call the House Speaker. The bills have already passed committee, so they're going to the House and Senate floor here in Florida, and they need to hammer their legislators, but especially the governor and the Senate president and the House Speaker, that they want a real a real constitutional carry bill that includes open carry. The governor even said he wants open carry included in this bill. And when I asked him about that, he said, absolutely, I'd do it, but I don't think they'll do it, meaning the legislature. He, as a Republican governor, governing a state with a supermajority, he thinks his own legislature, under his own party, won't pass a real pro-gun bill.
Wow. Well called, the three of them, House, the Senate leader, and Governor DeSantis. Thank you so much for everything you guys are doing to keep our guns in our hands. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me on the air, and thank you for being a beacon of freedom in these dark and troubling times, Glenn.
You got it. Thanks, man. Gunowners.org, gunowners.org.